Hello, lowlines. Welcome back. So this is the Aeverse. Aeverse is a system for everything and nothing. Everything that you do in the inferium, the world you live in right now, is called the inferium. So the inferium is a place where everything is fake, everything is a lie. All that you have is based on your belief, but not on your knowledge. You don't know shit. Irrespective of how highly educated you may be, or how rich or powerful you may be, ultimately you're all inferiors. Inferiors. Okay. Now in the Aeverse, you will be referred to as infs, like that. So when you type that, Alf, you see here, this little guy here is Alf. Alf will know that you are referring to an inferior when you do this. Okay. Small I, capital N, F, like that. So anyway, there are two kinds of inferiors. There are filthiums, okay, and there are prongs. Okay. Both of these are fake human beings, plastic human beings, a low grade, stupid, gullible, inferior species that has now inherited planet Earth. Now the difference between filthium and prong is prongs believe and filthiums do not believe. Now there is a similarity between filthiums and human beings, which is that both filthiums and human beings do not believe in things. But filthiums do not know, but human beings know. For instance, if you think about the theory of God, prongs believe in God. Like a prong doesn't know anything. A prong doesn't know about an atom or leptons and bosons or fuck all, nothing. A prong doesn't know shit. A prong doesn't even know why it wakes up every day to make money, to work, to do whatever the job it is doing. Most of the prongs, they just sit around computers and type some shit on spreadsheets. That's what most prongs do, or they dig oil or some shit. Like, it's all useless shit that prongs do, because they believe that they need money for their survival. You don't need money for your survival or lives. You need to grow your own food. It is the food that somebody else grows that you earn your money to buy, right? So before you think about working some stupid job to buy food in a supermarket, you should think about growing your own food. But of course you can't do that because you're stupid, right? Intrinsic stupidity of a human being, right? Anyway, so in the theory of God, like the difference between a human being, a filthium, and a prong is that a prong believes in God, okay? A filthium doesn't believe in God, but it'll tell you that it believes in God. This is your typical politician. Like take Keir Starmer of United Kingdom of Pakistan. So this fucking guy, he doesn't believe in God. He's an atheist, but he'll go to a Christian and say like, "Oh, praise the Lord Jesus." He'll stand there and do all the prayers and shit, right? Or take Donald Trump, for instance. He is literally the reincarnation of the devil, right? Donald Trump. He's everything against what Jesus was teaching, and yet he goes down to these gullible redneck Christian fools and tells them that he is the Jesus, right? Like, that's what he's trying to tell you. So that is a prime example of a filthium. Donald Trump is a prime example of a filthium, and his followers, maggots, are the prime example of prongs. Take Justin Trudeau, for instance, a prime example of a filthium. And these libtards, snowflakes, who believe, who follow, followers are generally prongs. and the leaders are generally filthiums. Okay, a human being is somebody like Buddha or Jesus Christ. They know, they don't believe or not believe in things, because once you know things, you don't have to believe in shit. Like, for instance, you don't believe in water, you know that you need water for your survival. You don't drink water because somebody told you and that you believe in water. You don't go around saying like, hey, I need water because I believe in water. Whether you fucking believe in water or not, you need water for your fucking survival. And that's the truth. So, truth has nothing to do with your lowly fucking brain's belief. Right? So that's what. So this is what. A prong believes, okay. A filthium doesn't believe. A human knows. Okay. So these prongs plus filthiums equal to inferiors, which is what everybody is. So initially, when I first started thinking about who I should be allowing my inventions, for instance, this one here, if you go to yantrika.com, there you go. If you go here, you will see it's a robotics company, Rolex. So we have two different ones here. There's this vertical farmer. We'll talk about it later. But right now I'm working on this one here, right? So this is the Aeverse. It's a personal robotic vehicle. And you can go to Instagram where I have videos and pictures of the work I'm doing to build the prototype for this baby of mine. So you can see this on TikTok as well. I've put videos on TikTok as well. So this is the one, right? This is the Aeverse that I'm currently working. There you go. So initially, when I was thinking like, hey, who do I sell this to? Because I wanted to ban inferiors from owning any of my inventions. Over time, what I figured out is there is no fucking human being left on Earth. Human species, the conscious. See, again, I keep telling this again and again, and I'll say this a million times, that when I'm speaking about all these things, human beings and prongs and filthiums and all these, I'm talking about your conscious self. I'm not talking about your biological self, because biologically speaking, you're more of a banana than you're not, right? 60% of your DNA matches that of a banana, and 98% of your DNA matches that of a chimpanzee. So you're more of a chimpanzee than you're not. You're understanding what I'm saying? If you're going to talk in terms of biological DNA, biological makeup. We're not talking about biological makeup here. We're talking about conscious self. And so there are no conscious human beings. All you lower order fucks do is believe in shit that is being shown to you on media and through educational institutions. It doesn't matter what fucking university you go to. In fact, the more prestigious and more popular your university is, the higher the chances of you being brainwashed are. Okay? So ultimately, the idea of Harvards and Stanfords and Oxfords and Cambridge is to make sure that the system continues to serve the fools that have inherited all the wealth and the power in the world. Okay? Whether it's the Christian organizations or the Jewish organizations or the communist organizations or whatever it is, or the Hindu organizations, ultimately it is all isms. All the lower order fucks, the inferior fucks, the filthiums, using isms to control the prongs. Okay? See, here's the thing. Filthiums use isms to control wrongs. Okay? And that's fine. Absolutely fine. What filthiums your leaders, your politicians, your corporate CEOs, your university professors, or your popes and Catholic head of Catholic Church or temple priests, or everybody, pretty much everybody, like Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin or Donald Trump or Mark Carney or Narendra Modi, it doesn't fucking matter. Everybody is a filthium, and all the people in the world are prongs. If you believe in your nation, for instance, if you believe you're an American prong. If you believe you're a Christian prong. If you believe you're an atheist prong. If these are all things, these are all tools. All isms are tools that the filthiums use. And filthiums, they themselves have not created, they simply inherited the system. Alright? And this has been going on for like thousands of years, from the tribal times, 10,000 years in the past, to today. Majority of the people, 99% of the population, are of inferior existence. And within the 99% of the population, you have like 1 or 2% of filthiums, and 98% of them, or 99% of the 99%. You see? 99% of 99%. Okay? Are prongs. And the 1% of the 99% are filthiums. Now, this is like, I think it's 99.99, like 9999, like 6 nines. I don't even think there are 100 human beings left on earth, because I have not come across a single human being. Okay? So I'm just giving benefit of doubt that now that I exist, it is possible that somebody else might exist, but I have not come. I've sifted through millions of you lower order fuck inferior fucks, and I have not come across a single human being thus far. Okay, but I'm still giving the benefit of doubt to the natural world that it is probable, not possible, but probable, that there is a human being somewhere out there. And in fact, that is why I'm leaving all these messages. I'm not leaving these messages for you lower order fucks. I'm not leaving these messages, in hopes that you lower order fucks will change. Nobody, it's like, changing an inferior back into a human being is like changing shit back to food, or changing a cancer cell back to a healthy cell. The necrosis of human consciousness has already happened. Your brains are already rotten, and the only way forward is for you lower order fucks to die, and the new generation that will come up, if we are able to tweak the system and destroy the system and create a new system, that is the ethereal system, then we might have an opportunity for the new generation to become human being from the onslaught. But for you lower order fucks that exist right now, absolutely no hope. Okay? I'm sorry to say this, but it is what it is. But it doesn't matter to you. Does it matter to a cancer cell that it is cancer? Does it matter to shit that it is shit? No. So that's how it is. Alright, so anyway, welcome to the ether, if there is a human being. Now, everybody is welcome into the ether, okay? The only thing is, when you're in the ether, you will be identified for who you are. The whole world will know whether you're a filthium or a prong or a human. Okay, that is it. And this is really important, because in the world right now, some fucking idiot comes and says some shit, like puts a comment there, nobody knows who that fucking clown is. It could be a prong, it could be a filthium, nobody knows. That's why I've created the system, right? That's why I've created a system, mainly to identify the inferiors, so that it'll be helpful for human beings to navigate. See, the most important thing about the Aeverse is it's a tool for human beings to make sure that they know how to navigate in a filthy, low-grade, inferior world, that is the inferium, right? To navigate through the inferium. I've created this tool for human beings. All right, lowlifes, thank you very much. Welcome to the ether. Well, you don't have to come to the ether. You're already in the ether. Ether is everywhere and nowhere. Your pathetic low-grade lives are all over the internet, right? Like I'm just going to take it. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Why? Because see, I'm going to help filthiums control your lower order fucking lives even better. What I'm saying is, there is a problem with Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, or Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk is a Nazi sympathizer and he's a Christian white. So his white brain cannot think beyond the maggot levels, or his Jew brain, Mark Zuckerberg's Jew brain, or Google's Jew brain. Of course, Jews, whether it is Jews or Christians, all the systems in America are run, like ultimately the Oompa Loompas that work for these systems are Hindus, Indians, mainly Hindus, right? Of course, you have Muslims too, mainly brown. They're all brown fucks, right? The largest slave market in the world is India, and then you have second in line Pakistan. India and Pakistan, they compete to be the biggest slave market in the world. But as far as Jews are concerned, it is without doubt Hindus. Hindus are the most enslaved to Jews. Okay? They literally live as bacteria in the feces of Jewish organizations. That's what Hindus are. Okay? So, anyway, the point is, ultimately, there is no hope for Hindus because they're just stuck in that. But if you're a Muslim and you want to fight back, here is an opportunity for you. Why the fuck are you still using atheistic TikTok or Jewish Facebook and Google or Nazi Christian X? Here is a system free for all, right? Ether has no affiliations to any religion, any nation, which means you can be a proud Muslim, you can be a proud Jew, you can be a proud Hindu. Because the people I do not run the system, you run the system, right? So anyway, there are many things here, low lives. Ultimately, you need to understand, right? Like, it's not as simple as believing. See, belief is easy, right? Some fucking Jew comes in and shows some shit. All you need to do is put like $1 trillion. Oh, suddenly Ether is worth $1 trillion and the entire fucking world's prong population will fucking be here. But that's not what I want. What I want is for people who understand what it is we have created here to be the ones running the system early on, at the very least. Okay? Of course, there'll be corruption at all times. Eventually, everything will be corrupt. And the idea is to make sure we minimize the corruption, and to do that, what I figured out is to spontaneously delete the entire system. Even though we don't have any database to store any information, it will still be of use to completely annihilate the system once in a while and then start from ground up. And what I'm thinking is, the way I've built the system is that it doesn't matter if you delete the entire system, it'll still function just as good because there is no database, right? So what are you deleting to begin with? So that's what we're doing. We're deleting nothing. But even within the nothing, there may be something, right? Sometimes lurking in the dark, some fucking virus put by some prong or a filthium. And in order to get rid of that, we need to delete the system and recreate spontaneously. Anyway, these are all things that happens in the universe anyway, right? So, black holes get destroyed and recreated, and the universe continues to spit life here and there. That's what it is. All right, thank you very much. Welcome to the Ether, one and all, and none at all. Adios. Bye.